is we're constantly asking our portfolio companies and our clients to think beyond money. The fact is that the power of instrumenting the physical world is so enormous that to focus solely on the income statement or balance sheet or EPS or EBITDA impact, I believe, is to miss perhaps the greater opportunity. So we're making those investments, we're advising companies that way. We do believe that instrumenting the physical world, man-made and or people-made or manufactured products as well as environments, is going to have more power for us than almost anything. What I like about this is imagine how much more powerful an augmented reality experience will be if as you walk through a specific landscape, you might have some of the assets in that landscape instrumented and fed up into that AR experience. We have the unique privilege, I think, of working with some of the largest industrial and technology companies in the world. We're also working with some of the largest NGOs. A lot of my experience comes from the national security space, so I'm really interested to hear a lot of this conversation. But at the same time, we're making angel investments in startups that in some cases are not fully funded. In other cases, we'll have product and pretty close to 8 figures in revenue next year. The fact is, there are a number of taproot market segments that we are now calling Internet of Things that are celebrating their 10th or 20th birthday. Wireless SCADA, supervisor control and data acquisition, where you put 4 to 20 milliamp powered pressure, temperature, level, flow sensors in or around a huge plant that makes milk or that processes petrochem. That to me is a taproot to the Internet of Things. We just didn't call it that. Fleet telematics or telemetry, whether it's Progressive Insurance's very small OBD2 port device that you literally just plug into that car, or the tired old Association of Equipment Management Professionals, 5 feet standard for heavy construction equipment. Fleet telematics and telemetry is also, I would consider, a precursor, if you will, or an antecedent to IoT. The RFID isn't the sole taproot, isn't the foundation block or building block of the Internet of Things. It's just not. It is a very important antecedent, it's a very important taproot, but it started in places where people were already instrumenting the physical world, and that was in process control, and that was where you had massive CapEx tied up and massive liabilities tied up in big physical assets, the performance of which could have astoundingly positive or negative impacts on schedules and budgets, P&Ls, income statements, etc. Today, I think what we have seen is all that's happened in the consumerization of IT, and bring your own device, and that smartphone means 2/3 of the global economy, more or less, in advanced countries and redeveloping markets is B2C or business to consumer. I don't like the word. So naturally, you have to go there. The venture capitalists are there, the capital to form these companies is there, the market demand is there. And oh, by the way, smartphones are a single unit, high volume, homogeneous market. I don't care if there are 5 major brands, I don't care if there are 20 primary SKUs. Imagine X billions of people, and this year they're going to operate only a handful of devices at the end of the day. It's much easier to scale in that market. So I think what's happened is it grew up in these highly fragmented, mission-critical enterprise spaces. There's a ton that is being done in the national security implicated spaces, but I think what's happened is a massive pendulum swing over to what I call the retail side or the individual side, smart home and the like. Now, it wasn't just the technology that enabled that, but I think a whole bunch of other factors, technical and social, etc. I think what you're seeing now, honestly, is a backfill, where I think we're starting to come back to the middle to say, we have these taproots, maybe they're too fragmented, they don't grow fast enough, they're not profitable enough, a swing over to a more sort of individual side or retail side. I think what you're going to see over the next few years is an uneven growth, but a swing back to the middle where I think authentic value propositions, evidentiary return on investment, and sound business practices, I think, build that market.